Hello, my name is Anjani Segrist, and today's topic is sexuality, sensuality, feminine and masculine energy. So, we're going to talk about things, sort of breaking them apart and looking at them. We're going to look at yin yang, we're going to look at Shiva Shakti, we're going to look at different pranas in the body and different energy that is present in the body within and without. But just know that as we're talking about these things individually, they are just an explanation of something that is union. It's we can take them apart to talk about them and discuss them, but they are all one thing. So let's start off with yin yang. So in Chinese medicine, there is this theory of yin and yang. Yin, what is cool, what is moist, being passive in nature. As my nutrition teacher, Seymour Copeland, called it, the shady side of the mountain. This is yin. Then we have yang, which is aggressive, hot. He called this the sunny side of the mountain. So it's active and warm. So within the yin, there is a little bit of yang. Within the yang, there is a little bit of yin. What we have done, sort of, because a lot of us have a little bit of information, a few of us have a lot of information, and within that, it gets jumbled up. So what we've sort of done is put women in yin and put men in yang, and just saying overall, women are more yin and men are more yang. I don't agree with that. I think that it's always been something that kind of disturbed my mind, because one of my ongoing questions has to do with feminine and masculine, has to do with sexuality and the way things are created or manifested. So, if you don't have your question, the thing that you are passionately curious about, just a side note, find out what that is, because we need you to do that. Because when you know what you're passionately curious about, you're going to be able to be the one who we'll go to for that information. Okay, side note finished. So the reason I have been, I never really felt yin. And I know a lot of men who are more yin than I am. So let's see, I lived in India for about 2 years, and their Shiva and Shakti is what they have as the feminine, masculine sort of overall. You go to a grocery store and you'll see Shakti like in the big, yellow, like an exclamation mark, sort of. And it's the power, the vitality. There's a cereal even called Shakti, so it's giving you power. But Shakti is the goddess, it's the feminine. So now I'm really confused, right? Because everything I'd known before about feminine, masculine was that, the feminine is like soft and sweet, and the masculine is what is the, And so now here's this other perspective. Then Shiva is depicted with a moon over his head and water coming out. Shiva is the pure consciousness. It is also Purusha, which is primordial conscious being. Okay, so from everything we know about yin and yang, now we have this new information of the feminine energy being Shakti, the power, what gives activity, what enlivens consciousness, or what enlivens that Shiva with the moon in the head. So what sort of popped into my mind this week with a very powerful physical and meditative experience that I had earlier this week was having to do with the reproductive organs themselves. So within the woman, we have a womb, we have a uterus, we have fallopian tubes. Our reproductive sort of energy has blood, heat, fire as its main components. Then with the male, he has his testicles, which are soft, very delicate, very vulnerable. And then he has his reproductive fluid, which is salty, sweet, and it's water. It's plasma. It's not plasma itself, but it has that substance of being plasma-like. So then, it kind of gives me this feeling or idea that can help me to explain more to myself why we have this magnetic draw toward the opposite sex. And not for everybody, because I understand that some people are repelled by the opposite sex and it's so for me, I'll say this has been one of my lifelong questions, like, why is that so strong? And the answer that came in was that was the one drop of, within that yin yang symbol that we've seen so much, that one little drop on each side had to do with that thing about reproduction, and that the woman's fire, and something that I've wrote a lot in a lot of my different journals, because during Mercury retrograde, that's what I do. I go through my journals and see where my mental perception and cognition was previously. Go through that. And something that I write a lot has to do with feminine fire, feminine solar power, and this, reigniting Shakti, bringing enlivening. And the movement comes from deep within the womb in my body. I feel it in the womb, and it comes up and out sort of through my heart, through my throat. That's how I see that energy moving in myself. So this is sort of bringing me to a new place of working with feminine and masculine, and I wanted to share that with you here. So I'm going to end this video right now, because I have a lot more stuff to say, but for people who just, this could be just enough to get their own creativity moving or a curiosity and like, what, how does this feel in my body? How does this inform the magnetic field around myself? Because something that is a basic truth is that there are, in all of the creation stories that I've heard from different cultures, there is a feminine energy, which is matter, which is a womb-like essence, and there's a masculine energy, which is pure consciousness. It is the information, the bits of data information, that it's like a seed of information that gets planted into the womb, or the seed that gets planted into the soil, and the third thing grows. From the yoga technology, we can see this as Purusha, as Prakriti, which is, this would be the Prakriti, this would be the Purusha, planted in. And then the third thing that comes is life force, or prana. So this is a basic truth, that there is these energies, and these energies are within our body. So from that information and that knowledge, there are so many places to go and so many different things to talk about. So I will end the video here. Please leave any comments. I know that this can either be, a little bit too heady or a little bit too, I don't know, anything. So just let me know. I would love to hear from you. And I'm kind of going in this direction at the moment. So let's see what comes out of it. I look forward to connecting with you soon.